Hello everyone, you voted for Overpass tricks and this is what I deliver. So without further ado, let's get into tips and tricks of Overpass. Okay, so this trick I actually saw from Monesy, I believe, on his stream, and he was showing that there was a CT playing flower position with an AWP, and I'm actually going to show you this way that if you're playing here and he plays a bot, you can actually spot him from fountain. And yes, you can boost here, you can ask a teammate, and you can actually kill him. I'm not going to talk about that much, but you can actually spot him by yourself. And how Monesy was doing it is that he jump checked this way, and you can see that the guy actually appears on the radar as a question mark and as a red dot, and you can, what Monesy is doing is that he's coming long and he's just straight up pre-firing the guy. Even if he has an AWP, he hit a nasty shot on him, you can flash for yourself and immediately pre-fire that way. Oopsies, I think I failed it. Just flash for yourself and pre-fire him instead. So obviously you can do a lot of plays around it. You can maybe sneak toilets and go behind him. It's up to you, but this is free information that is very, very safe, and he will appear on the radar all the time, unless whenever you play flowers and you want to try this position to not get spotted, play it exactly how you want, just crouch. If you're gonna crouch, you're not going to get spotted from this little Monesy trick, so this is one way to counter it. And if you're gonna be crouching, it's not a big deal, I guess. Just don't forget about it. You're gonna be less vulnerable. Another aggressive combination that you can do with the nades is so-called Donk Combo. This is what I saw from his demos, but a lot of A players are using it. It's pretty standard, but this is smoke and molly, which a lot of teams utilize right now. So how Donk does it is he basically off the spawn, coming here, and he's hugging the AC unit here. He's going to see the chimney and he's going to go up and a little bit to the right up until he hits the last leaf up there, and then he's just going to run forward while holding mouse 1 and mouse 2, and then he's going to double click jump throw this as soon as he hits that chimney line right there. So I'm going to show you the smoke. It goes immediately here and it explodes, denies all the information here. You can push up fountain or balloons. What he does well here is that he actually pairs it up with a party, or not a party, playground molotov, and he's doing it like this. So it's in one motion, like that. I will explain the lineup. So again, I just showed you the lineup for the smoke, but I have to do it every time. Basically, I'm throwing a molo, and then while running, you just dodge this little wall here, and you're aiming in between this part, on this part of the dark wall, from here to here in the middle. And then when you're crossing the divider, you're just going to jump through it. I think I jumped through it. Yeah, it's alright. It's pretty forgiving molotov, actually. Much more forgiving than the one that I just showed in the first trick, that is from the bench, and then you're jump throwing deep. So this is something that you can do if you cannot, for some reason, perfect this molotov. I know it's hard, but this is another variation which you should be knowing if you want to play Overpass well. Another thing is this cursed position down in connector. So as you know, this is very standard that in CS2 CTs play this position, because whenever you go up a connector, you are blocking with your own gun the vision of the CT, and basically you can see him, he can see you, because you cannot put your gun into the left hand like you could in CSGO, and therefore you would be able to see him. So there's a little trick, and I'm an underground player and I use it all the time. Basically, as soon as I'm clearing underground, so this is how my route really looks. I'm trying to pick all these angles, then I don't see anyone there. As soon as I clear this angle and I'm kind of here, I press inspect weapon and then I continue clearing, and right now I can see the CT and he won't be able to see me. So instead of this clear and I'm he's completely invisible to me, I'm pressing inspect weapon somewhere here and it enables me to see him faster and I can headshot him. And then if he's not there, obviously I'm like continuing my way of clearing whole underground, and this is how you can utilize inspect weapon into your advantage. I cannot think of any other plays on the map that is actually useful, but here I'm doing it all the time, and it's actually a really nice and easy way to clear out this annoying and pesky position that is only meta right now in CS2 until left hand comes. So we were just talking about the spawns in the beginning, and I just want to emphasize that only 5 spawns on CT just exist just now. So aggression towards A is difficult, but again, aggression towards B is more easier because it's guaranteed you're gonna have 2 best or 3 best monster monster spawns, I'm sorry, and you can utilize it to either take short or swing monster fast. Basically, what these spawns are doing is that you're always going to beat any 4-man boost that these might be doing. It was meta in CSGO. It's not meta in CS2 right now because it's pretty difficult, but they will now never catch you, even though they have pretty good spawns themselves, but you don't need to worry about it if you're going from the spawn to the B right away. For T's, doesn't really change much. There's a lot of different spawns and they didn't really move, so the timings from the T's POV are going to be the same. It's just a little bit more difficult for CTs to gain control towards A side or underground or fountain or long, but it's a little bit easier towards B side. Okay, so another little trick is towards these barrels on towards B side, and sometimes CTs play the position where they're looking down all the way into the ground and trying to not get spotted, and sometimes this is especially useful when you have AWP, let's say. But let me explain what's going on. There are a couple of gaps in this barrel position that you can use to your advantage. First of all, if you're clearing B and you don't see anyone and you want to clear barrels, you can always spot the guy that is hugging the wall like he's doing right now. Or you can also see the legs underneath the barrels. And with AWP it's a little bit more obvious, so there's not gonna be any of these pixels here, and you can actually get a free leg shot on the guy. So sometimes it's pretty difficult when he's having a headshot angle on you and he's hiding and he's like making you miss. You can actually come up and instead of looking for these difficult shots, you can just straight away bang him through the barrels underneath, and you're gonna get a good damage out of it. 85 damage. It's basically a leg shot if you don't wallbang him, and even if you wallbang him, it's like 71 damage. So you can it's very easy to finish him off. Maybe he's gonna be low in the first place that he's playing this headshot angle, but I don't see too many people utilize that, so they're like afraid of and they're aiming up when they in fact can just spam him from underneath. While we are here at the B side, I just want to show for B player a good way to resmoke monster. Obviously you can do it this way, it's completely normal, but at the pro level you're gonna basically notify terrorists that you resmoked yourself as a B player. What you want to make it look like is that actually A player resmoked for you, so you want to always bounce it off the railing, go back to the monster, so they cannot keep the track of the smokes who used which smoke. Okay, so it's very easy in here on B. If you're playing barrels and the smoke monster is gone and you want to resmoke it, just get yourself all the way here into this corner. You see this 25 here, just go down from it towards the wood and just jump through it. You're not gonna be oopsies, actually I may have gone even down then. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, my bad. I actually messed up a little bit. I am using a little bit different lineup, but so from 25 it's not on the edge here, but a little bit lower, and you just jump through it, and it's gonna make it look like it was actually resmoked from, let's say, A side or somewhere DB, and you can play more unpredictable. Then you can actually push up, check the smoke. It's gonna be always pretty good because the bloom it's hard to miss this smoke, honestly. I don't know what I did in the first throw. And another way for smoking monster is from A. I'm not gonna show you the obvious one from here, everyone knows that, but I saw Yekindar actually lining up a smoke from here. So Yekindar was playing like an info position here at the map. He's jump checking toilet, sometimes he's jiggling along. He's always ready to resmoke monster. He's gonna position himself next to this U, just in the middle, and then you see this little like white part of the building. Just aim at the top middle of it and just jump throw. I'm pretty sure it should do a good enough job in covering monster, and yes, it indeed does. It's a very safe option to resmoke monster. If you're, let's say, playing here, you don't need to run all the way back to throw this very much known lineup. You can always just come here, throw it very safely, very easily, and then get back into the setup to help your teammates so you're not missing out on the action. So this is actually a tip coming from a fan or a viewer, RYLOP, shout out to you, brother. He showed me this incredible way to smoke monster, and you can utilize it. I was actually thinking during the B rush. So if you're watching a pro games and B rush is happening, usually T's are setting up the smoke that is somewhere from here. They're going to smoke heaven. Okay, this guy is pretty far from the rest of the crew rushing into the monster, but what you can do is actually you smoke monster while running with your teammates. So what you can do in the beginning, for example, is that you're actually going to, let's say, molly short, you're going to flash for the teammates, and then you're going to come into this angle. It's very easy to set up, and then you're going to throw a smoke like that. And that is always going to be in the heaven very easily. It's going to be in time, and you're together with your teammates. You're just a few steps behind because you were lining up the smoke. But how are you going to line it up is that you position yourself at the end of this part where it goes into the dirt with the stairs, and then you see the top of the short pipe. You see this little bar here, so you're gonna aim just underneath but above the tunnel, and then you're just going to go one step and jump through it. And I think it's pretty difficult to mess it up. Every time it bounces weirdly, it's always going to happen to land in the place where it's going to bloom just enough to cover the whole heaven. So I can do it third time just for the good measure. And it should be, yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. It's going to be in the heaven, and it's going to cover the entrance of the heaven. So this is a monster rush kind of heaven smoke that you can utilize for your team. Another combination of nades that you can use is to actually scale up B once you go out of monster. And let's say you go out monster, you get a couple of trades, couple of kills, but the side is not clear yet, and probably cities are playing in this backside water position. What you can do is coming out of monster, and you're going to offer a molly and flashes for your teammates to scale up, and these nades are actually too good to not use. This volley is going to get a lot of positions in the backside, so it's going to flush any CTs out, and if you follow it up with a flash, they have literally nowhere to hide. And the both lineups are exactly the same. They're not going to blind you or your teammates, and what you want to do is just come close to the wood, and you aim at the top part of this wood plank that is at the default on the side. Both mollies and flashes are just a normal jump throw, and you can scale up with these, as I said. So either teammates are coming maybe from short and they can scale up with it, not gonna get blind, or your teammates coming out from monster, they can scale up with it and use a pillar as a little cover before they swing into the water. Just so we don't neglect A side fully, I have two smokes from one position for A execute. I'm using them quite a lot because I'm an underground player and sometimes I lurk. So these are from far and easy to remember position just next to the bench. This one is a CT smoke, so I'm aiming at the lamp, this little part of the lamp, and then just below it, just like so. And then for the part in the bank, for the smoke in the bank, I'm aiming at this part of the umbrella where I'm basically dividing with this line the umbrella into two parts. So this is the square that I'm using, and that is going to smoke off bank. The CT smoke is great. This one smoke is pretty good as well. And those are the smokes that you can support your teammate with from far while you're, let's say, taking care of flank, or you can use it for a fake as well while you're really close to B side. One trick in underground is this actual self boost you can use. It's pretty difficult, but I think I found a rather consistent way to do it, and this is how I like to do it. There's other ways, definitely other lineups, but you can go on top of this coil and then self boost onto the pipe just like you could in CSGO. It's a little bit difficult in CS2, and from up here you can actually get like information towards short, or you can hold like some off angles for CTs pushing the short, and they will never ever clear you in those little windows, so it's always good to use. But how you do it is that I'm coming right next to this corner, and you can actually see my inputs right now on the screen, that I'm aiming right here, so it's just left side of this top gray line, and I am going to hold W, press A, jump, and then while I'm mid jump, I'm actually going to start holding D instead of A. So it's going to look something like this. And this way I somehow gain enough height to actually make it somewhat consistent up top. Sometimes it doesn't work for me, but like 80% of the time I think I can make it. And once I'm up here, it's very easy to just jump crouch up into the more elevated position, get an off angle, maybe even clear some angles, like let's say up here, if I feel like doing on CT side. But it's actually really good to use on T side as well when you're defaulting underground and you know, even if CTs are pushing you and you already make it up there for some reason, it's a great off angle that they will never catch you or expect you. What would it be for a video without a little bit of silent drops and silent moves? Well, on Overpass there's not many, I couldn't find that much, but my friend RYLOP again sent me some clips and I want to share them with you. So this railing, I see it on the face it a lot of times. People tend to, you know, rotate through here, and if they want to be completely silent, they just crouch and uncrouch me there, and it takes forever. But there's a way where you can do this completely silently without ever using a crouch. Look at my inputs again, and this is what I would recommend doing. It's incredibly fast. You can perfect it to make it even faster than I'm doing right now, but it's very easy. You lose a little bit of sight. This is only disadvantage, that if you go properly slower, you will always have your crosshair on short, something like that, right? And if you're doing it with this method, you're gonna lose like, oopsies, you're gonna lose like a couple of milliseconds and not looking short. But I guess that's fine. Anyway, you're mid-air during the time, so probably you're not going to be accurate while shooting. And this is how you fast rotate through short. Another one is here at the balloons. This is a little bit more, you know, less utilized, I would say. But people, again, like they try to go silently off of balloons by using the bench and uncrouching mid-air, etc., etc. What you can do is using this trash can instead, because from here you can go like uncrouching mid-air, but from here you're gonna go down completely silently without using anything. So you only uncrouch in the first phase, and then second phase is just you go off the bin and it's going to be completely silent. Whereas going off from bench, it sometimes makes a sound. I think I'll try to make it. Yeah, makes a sound like that. So use the trash can instead of benches, and it's going to be extremely, extremely fast and useful. Last part is just the silent drop from heaven. This one is again very much situational, and it's especially during the retakes for CT side it's somewhat useful. But if you want to silently drop down, all you need to do, this is extremely easy, you just have to land somewhere in this V kind of shape here that I'm trying to pretend to be, and you're always going to make it down very silently. No matter the weapon that you have, it's actually very hard to mess this up. I'm even like, I'm not even trying right now, and I still land completely silently, and you can use it to gain some advantage, positional advantage over T's, especially in afterplant. So use it well, get some sick retakes thanks to this. And with that tip, I think I'm ending this video because I talk and yap a lot already. But if you want me to cover some map next, your favorite map, make sure to comment down below which map should it be, and I will take a look. And meanwhile, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.